one's recording a thing.
Oh, hey.
I wonder what it's recording.
Probably a podcast.
Is it called the MCU Review?
It is called the MCU Review.
I wonder what the hosts' names are.
Well, I know one of them is Sarah.
Really? I think the other one's name is like Liz or something like that.
Oh my god. Is it the Sarah from Sarah White and Liz from Liz is Actually Magic?
Whoa, that would be such a weird coincidence.
Whoa.
Because that's me.
And that's me.
What?
What?
Oh my gosh!
Who would have thought?
This is such a startling revelation.
I gotta tell everyone. Probably why we have a podcast about it.
This is a podcast about the movies in the MCU universe. Yeah?
Yes.
I just said MCU universe.
It
is the MCU, meaning Marvel Cinematic Universe. That was kind of repetitive.
Yeah, you were like Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yes. But yeah, this is a podcast where we watch and review movies in the MCU.
Yeah.
And this week, we watched Iron Man 2.
Yep.
Whoa. So cool.
This is the third episode.
The third episode. That's like three episodes.
That's like 3 movies we watched.
Oh my gosh.
We have actual proof that we watched at least 3 movies in our entire life.
I mean, technically we could be lying and just read the Wikipedia page. Just basing the movies purely on the Wikipedia page.
I see why teachers wouldn't let us use them now.
Okay. Well, normally we start off this part by doing a review of the movie that we just saw to give a little, quick reminder, aka the thing that lasts like half the podcast.
Yeah,
And you did it a few minutes ago, aka like 3 hours ago.
The last podcast.
Yeah, the last podcast you did it.
The Incredible Hulk.
The Incredible Hulk we watched earlier today.
Yep.
So
dubstep jazz.
Dubstep jazz. Fascinating.
Check out if you're wondering what I'm meaning, if you didn't watch that.
You don't watch podcasts, Sarah.
Whatever. It's episodes. You know what I mean.
I know what you mean. And since you did that last time, I guess I will do the review. You pop in whenever you want to.
Okay.
Tell me when I'm wrong. Tell me what mistakes I made.
Gotcha.
Because I'm sure I will make them.
I made so many in the last one.
Yeah, we don't talk about it. Don't worry about it. It's never mind. Just chillax.
Look away.
Look away, look away. That's a reference to a show you haven't watched.
No.
That is, in turn, a reference to a book series you haven't read.
No.
We're talking about the series of unfortunate events.
There's a movie. I watched that one.
You watched the movie.
It's not a very good interpretation of the series.
Adaptation.
Whatever. Let me say what I say.
Now, enjoy your cheese balls. I'm going to do a review of this movie. So, So, essentially, movie starts out, there's this Russian dude, and he's dying. Oh, no.
It's like it's an Iron Man movie, starting with someone dying.
So, this dude's dying, and then we see his assumingly son, and he's like, Dad, you're dead. I will avenge you. Because apparently, somehow, Stark has made a family suffer. Rah. And then, it cuts to Stark Expo, and Tony Stark just, shows up unannounced. Actually, it was announced because it's his expo.
There was girls dancing and flashing lights on their hands and chest and feet.
Yep, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
There were more than 4 of them, though.
Yeah. There was at least 5.
At least 5. Dr. Doom. So, and then we find out, oh no, Tony has toxic blood stuff.
Oh no!
He's dying.
And yet he's still drinking.
I mean, he's drinking what I always thought he was drinking like oil.
Yeah, it's something to like keep him alive.
I don't know. I just thought on previous watches I just assumed he was drinking oil, and I realized that it never said that he was drinking oil, but it looked black.
Yeah.
So
It's something to slow it down. Not necessarily get rid of it, but like slow it down.
probs not oil, because I bet that's not good for your health.
No, that would actually probably speed it up.
Yeah. So, yeah, he, does this expo thing. He's like, check it out. I'm all cool, mighty, powerful. Woo, yeah. So then it turns out he has to go to court because people are like, you're dangerous. No. And he's like, yes. And they're like, no. And we meet this dude. His name is something Hammer.
We just call him the Hammer.
Yeah. And I don't approve of him. But, he's there.
Mm-hmm.
He makes fun of Canada. Tomato, tomato. But then Tony just leaves and he's like, what up, Graskis? I just beat this lawsuit or whatever's happening. They were essentially didn't want him to have the Iron Man suits. They're like, we need Iron Man suits for the military. And he's like, no, they're mine. Go away.
Go away. Please leave me alone with my dying chest stuff.
Yes, my heart is... The thing that is keeping me alive is slowly killing me.
But without it, I would die faster.
Yeah. Then, we see the bird again. Dude's working on these, metal whip things. Because apparently he has, instructions how to make an arc reactor, which is weird. Tony puts Pepper in charge of everything.
They were having a fight. And he's like, you're in charge now. She's like, what? He's like, here you go.
Just here are the keys to the kingdom. Run wild. And then Pepper gets an assistant whose apparently name is Natalie Rushman, a.k.a. Romanoff, because she's a spy.
Natalia Ilovana Romanoff.
Yeah, Sarah Googled her full name because Sarah likes Googling the Avengers' full names.
Yeah.
That's not a lie.
Also, I have Pepper's real name.
Why did you look up Pepper's real name?
Because it tells us that her first name is Virginia. And I was like, what is her real name?
I feel like I've heard that before.
Yeah.
But why do people call her Pepper?
Oh, there was an explanation, but I did not read it.
Oh, okay. I'll just continue with the explanation of the movie while you try and figure out why she's called what she's called.
Because her freckles and red hair.
Her freckles and red hair, they call her Pepper.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then Tony and Natasha and Pepper go to this race, vroom, go fast place. And Tony's like, I'm dying. I'm gonna go fast. And instead of just letting his race car driver drive his race car, he drives his race car. Because you know what? He's dying. He can do whatever the heck he wants to do. And so he drives the car, and he goes really fast. And then all of a sudden, there's this weird Russian dude on the track. What's he doing? He is, having whips that are powered by an arc reactor and cutting cars in half. So maybe not good. Then Pepper and Happy, which is Tony's chauffeur, drive onto the racetrack to bring him an Iron Man suit disguised as a briefcase. Because of course he has one of those.
Because why wouldn't he?
Yeah. And then fight sequence where, Tony and this dude, I believe his name is Ivan. Don't make me say his last name. And they fight, and then Tony wins. Because, you know what? Of course he does. He's
Iron Man.
Yeah. And then, after that happens, dude goes to jail. But oh, what's this? Jerk Hammer guy, who we met earlier, was like, nah. Breaks him out of jail.
With fake potatoes.
With fake potatoes that are actually a bomb. I have a note about that.
I do too.
And they, and then he's like, oh, just, make me a suit. Make me Iron Man suits, please.
Please, thank you.
Please and thank you. I want Iron Man suits.
Not an option.
Then, there's this big sequence where Tony's like, I'm dying. And then it's his birthday. And he's like, what should I do? Natalie, tell me. And she's like, well, if this were my last birthday, I'd do whatever the heck I want to do. Because he asked her a theoretical, which really wasn't a theoretical.
Does she celebrate her birthday?
I don't know. She's Russian. She might not even know her birthday.
Well, no, she was taken away from and trained.
Yeah. In the Red Room.
Yeah. So I don't know if she actually
knows her birthday. And at the same time, she probably is also like, I've killed a lot of people and feel guilty. Why should I get to celebrate my birthday?
Also, if she was going to celebrate her birthday, she would have to do it like it was her last birthday every time, because she doesn't.
Know when she's going to die.
Because what she does is dangerous.
She's a spy. So, Tony goes crazy, throws a party, and has an Iron Man suit on. He's like, poo-poo, don't mess with me. And then all of a sudden, Rhodey goes down and takes an Iron Man suit and starts fighting Tony, because he's like, dude, what the heck, dude? And Tony's like, what the heck, dude? It's my party and I'll do what I want to. I'll cry if I want to. And then they fight, and then Rhodey leaves. And he's like, I have an Iron Man suit now, ha 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 ha. And Tony gets in a donut. He gets in a donut, and then all of a sudden, Nick Fury's there, and he's like, hey, dude, vacate the donut, please. And then he gives him, like, a pep talk, and he finds out that Natasha's a spy.
And then she injects him with something.
And they're like, we know you're sick. Here, this will help make you not as sick, but it's not going to cure you. Oh, well. And then essentially there's a scene where, Ivan Dude and Hammer Dude are talking, and he's like, I'm not gonna make you, suits, I'm going to make you drones. Oh, well. Before that happens, Hammer gives him a bird. It's not his bird, but it's a bird.
It looks like his bird.
But we must assume that it's not his bird, because Ivan says that it's not his bird.
It doesn't quote Shakespeare.
Yes, and it doesn't. Sarah wants a bird to quote Shakespeare. I don't know why.
Because it would be cool. You're like, and this is my bird. And your bird starts quoting Shakespeare.
Okay, Sarah, quote Shakespeare right now.
It would be the one I hate, which is Romeo and Juliet. Them on the balcony, and she's like, Romeo, Romeo, where art thou, Romeo? And then she basically, I'm not gonna...
Deny thy father, and refute thy name, or be but suits, my love, and I will no longer be a Capulet.
Yeah, and then it's a really long speech, and she goes on to say, like, why, Romeo? Why?
Why are you Romeo?
How, like, this is a stupid thing. I'm no longer gonna do any of this. Lols, bye.
Romeo.
And Romeo's, like, hiding under the balcony, and is like, I'm so touched.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father, or refute thy name, or be but siege, my love, and I will be no longer be a Capulet. Oh, be some other name. What isn't a name? It is not hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor leg, nor any other part belonging to a man. Oh, be some other name.
Also, I could quote you this one scene from Macbeth where, like, it's Lady Macbeth is sleepwalking, and there's this, like, maid who has called this doctor, and the maid is talking to the doctor and goes, she's gone crazy. And he's like, yeah, she has. She's absolutely crazy. And then the maid is like, should we wake her up? And then in the background you hear, like, Lady Macbeth being like, the blood won't come off. And she's sitting there, like, rubbing her hands, like, as if she's, like, washing them with no water. She's in this hallway going, washing furiously. And then the doctor goes, no, let her do what she do, because, you know,
she crazy.
It's waking up, because, you know, the superstition of...
Don't wake up and sleepwalker, or they might die of fright.
Yeah, that's basically what he says. And then, they go... The maid goes, okay, and they both leave. And then the lady walks, like, Lady Macbeth walks back into her room.
Okay.
That's my favorite scene in Macbeth, because you're like, she's fucking insane. And the doctor's like, yep. They're like, okay. And then Macbeth is still like,
And then there's a scene in Hamlet where he's trying to convince everyone he's crazy. So he holds up the skull and he's like, "Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio." Anyway, that's not his bird is what we're trying to say.
We got on a tangent there.
No. And then Agent Fury's just like, "Phil, babysit Honey Stark."
Tony Stark all the way in Boston.
Yeah, we don't know why you're here. Go babysit Honey Stark. If you don't get that reference, I accidentally said Honey instead of Tony once. And now we understand that he owns a pizzeria with his brother Anthony. His brother Antonio.
Yeah, Antonio.
And there's a dude who has a gunship who comes to visit sometimes. What are you writing?
Gunship, I forgot to write that.
You forgot to write about the dude with the gunship.
Yeah.
The fabulous man with the gunship.
You can check out the video, the podcast before this if you really want to know the full story of Tony Stark, spelled with a C. Oh, I spelled it. No, I didn't even do the last name.
We said that Stark is being spelled with a C because why not? If you want to check out our podcast on The Incredible Hulk, we review a not so good, not so bad movie. It's just a general meh.
Yeah, it's the entire meh. Could have been better. Definitely could have been worse.
The entire movie could have been not entirely black and white, but like just faded.
Yeah.
They could have done that.
Yeah.
That would have been a statement. And not a good one to make.
Nope.
Anyway.
Back to this movie.
Back to this movie. Nick Fury is just like, "Phil, babysit. You're on babysitting duty."
Oh. And like, "I will tase you if you step out of this property."
Yeah, his actual words were, "If you take a step out of line, I will tase you and watch Super Nanny while you drool into the carpet." I have a note that says, "Phil likes Super Nanny."
Yeah.
Anywho, Tony's just like, "I don't care," and then he watches some old films that his dad has, and he's just like, "Oh, hey, it's Dad. I don't know what you're trying to tell me, but, okay." And then he leaves the premises, even though he's told explicitly not to. He was told not to leave. He left. He goes to visit Pepper, gets her some nice ripe strawberries, and then when he gets there, she's like, "I'm allergic to strawberries."
And he's like, right, I remember that. Yeah.
You were related to strawberries in some way. Mm-hmm. I knew there was a correlation here. Yeah. I did not realize that you were allergic. So I'm just gonna take these and chuck them in the garbage.
He does horribly.
Yeah. And then Pepper's just like, take your stuff, because this is my office now. And he takes this staple of this, like, it's essentially a model of the place where the Stark Expo is that his dad made. And then he takes that home, and he's like, "This looks cool. I'm gonna, take it."
He takes it home in a tiny car.
Tiny car with it's a convertible, so the sunroof's down. He just drives all the way there. And then he's just like, "Oh, hey, if you take a model of this and take out all of the shrubbery, parking lots, all this jazz and whatever, and it's actually a atom. It's a molecule of this thing.
Of this new element.
Check that out. Cool. I'm gonna make it." And then Phil comes in and he's like, "What the heck? You left the premises." "Okay, JK, I'm leaving. I gotta go to New Mexico. I don't know. Maybe there's an Asgardian who needs my help. Who knows?"
I totally don't know yet.
There's a Norse god who might need my help. And yes, I remember the fact that, and yes, I completely remembered the fact that Thor took place in New Mexico.
Yeah.
Want to know why? Because Darcy's one of my favorite characters.
Like, the moment he said New Mexico, she was like, "Ow!" I was like, "What is going on over here? Calm down, you're scaring me." And she was like, "Thor." I was like, whoa.
Memory on point, girl.
I was like, you're lucky that's our next
movie. Because you just got excited. And then, Toady makes an element. That was easy. No, it wasn't.
He destroyed half of his lab.
Dungeon basement thing. Let's not talk about it. It's also his garage, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Mr. Hammer dudes gets a hold of an arc reactor from the suit that Rhodey stole, so technically they're exchanging stolen property, which is just rude. Rhodey, that is stolen property.
Put it back.
Put it back where you found it. That is incredibly rude of you. You're not following the laws. I thought you were supposed to be a government man. Excuse you. The government stole something.
He's friends with Iron Man, aka Tony Stark. He's not very good at following rules.
Fair enough. So then he's like, I'm taking your bird. Hammer dude is like, I'm taking your bird. And you know what? You're on lockdown because
I'm taking your pillows and your shoes.
Yeah, and your bird. Especially the bird. The bird's mine. Take the bird. And then he gives him some babysitters. It's like, you can't leave. Want to know why? Because I got everything better than you do. So ha, ha, ha. Goes to the expo. And then turns out that the dude, Mr. Ivan, dude with bird. Mr. Ivan, dude with bird, took both of the dudes that were supposed to be watching him. He killed them.
Mm-hmm.
Rude. And then he calls Iron Man. He's like, dude, I'm alive, son.
Mwahaha!
Mwahaha! I'm alive.
And Iron Man basically does his equivalent of Googling at where he's at and finds out that the hammer has him.
And then at the hammer, the dude who's doing the expo, he's like, hey, guys, check this out. I have drones. Check it out. There's one for the military, the Navy, the Army, the Marines. Not one for the Coast Guard, though.
'Cause lols, they're mine.
Rude. What about the Coast Guard? Always remember the Coast Guard. That was extremely rude of you.
They're protecting our country and our country.
Yeah, they protect us from pirates. Johnny Depp is extremely savage. We need protection.
He stole an entire bank. Dead Man Tells No Tales reference.
I haven't even seen that entire movie. I've just seen that scene.
Yeah, he steals an entire bank. We need to protect our banks.
From pirates.
From pirates.
Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Dead Men Tells No Tales.
Okay. Now I know what that is from. Good to know. And then, what happens? Oh, they're all being controlled remotely by Ivan Bird Dude.
Even Rhodey.
Even Rhodey. Forgot to mention, they have the suit that he stole, modified it, and, yeah.
Put a machine gun on his shoulder.
Put a machine gun on his shoulder.
Because what doesn't say I'm American like a machine gun on your shoulder?
A bird on your shoulder. That means you're...
That means you're a pirate. You
That
belong with Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Stealing banks.
Does anyone in those movies have a parrot on their shoulder? A pirate parrot.
No, they have a monkey.
Oh, that's not as cool.
It goes on other people's shoulder and steals stuff. And then returns.
I would like one of those. Like a monkey that steals stuff for me.
Yeah.
I'd be chill with that. I've had a monkey on my shoulder before.
Wow.
Yeah, I can show you a picture later, but it's currently on my phone that is recording a podcast. So, I can't.
Yeah.
Oops. And then, this big fight sequence. Oh, no. Natasha's just like, I got this, guys. Goes to the Hammer, Industries lab place and, takes out all of these dudes. Happy takes out one dude. He tried.
While she's taking out all of these dudes, he's like, I got it! And he looks down the hallway and sees these line of bodies.
Yeah, so,
one still in the process of dying.
Yeah, he's just being choked.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about that. They all fainted. They didn't die.
They're
Batman passed out.
It's like the Batman games and stuff like that, where you're totally killing them, but they're like, if you use your detective vision and look at them, they go unconscious and they still have a heartbeat, and you're like, I almost ripped out a guy's spine and he's still alive.
Impressive.
You're like, dang, Batman. Something's wrong.
I'm learning stuff about video games and pirate movies today.
Yeah.
Do me a learning, Sarah.
Do
me a learning. So yeah, Nat does cool spy stuff, and then saves the day because she disarms all of the drones. But Ivan Bird Dude's not there. Unfortunately, he ran away. Turns out he's in his own suit, and he's gonna punch some people up. Oh no! And then, you know, Rhodey and Stark, like, fight him, and then they win. But then, oh no, why is his chest beeping? Why are all of the chests beeping of the drones that we just destroyed? Because there's an explosive in all of them. We have to leave now. Oh no, there's one near Pepper. What are we gonna do? Tony comes and saves the day. They're on top of the building.
Woo!
Woo! They land on top of the building. Pepper is just like, I quit. And then they kiss. And then Rhodey kills the moment.
Rhodey's like, I was here first. Get your own roof.
Yep.
And then he continues to steal the suit.
Yep. Then he's just like, dude, I'm taking this. My car died. It was exploded in this explosion.
What if Tony actually went to go see if his car was exploded and it wasn't?
He just wanted to take the suit.
Like, Rhodey knew that the car wasn't exploded, but he was like, I'm taking the suit.
Yep. And then, you know, stuff happens. They get medals from this jerk dude.
Mm-hmm.
Tomato, tomato, potato, potato. End credit scene. It's Phil Coulson.
In New Mexico.
In New Mexico, and there's Mew Mew.
Yeah.
Technically Mjolnir, but, you know, I pronounce it the Darcy way, which is clearly the correct way. Mew Mew. Excuse you, you are wrong. So, shall we go in order of our notes now?
Yeah, you'll never let me live down. Musicana is good in this music, will you?
Yeah, so the music starts playing, and I'm like, Musicana is good in this music, making fun of when Sarah said that. In the first episode, check that out.
Yep.
I just have party in all caps.
I have, oh my god, it's like he's a whole new person. Bet it's the outfit. That's a reference to the Rhodey's actor being changed.
Yeah, I have, Rhodey, you look different.
I was like, you look like a whole new person. Bet it's Theo.
I also have it written down, like, and we see a point of, he doesn't like to be handed things. Which is a point in other movies where he's like, he doesn't like to be handed things. Also, Hammer's just like, I would like to leave my door unlocked, but this isn't Canada.
Yeah.
This ain't Canada is actually what he said. He said, this ain't Canada.
Because we're in America and we don't use this isn't Canada.
Nope. Ain't is a word here, apparently.
And then I have Stark hacks into the court, like, TVs, in the middle of court. He's sitting there with his phone. It's a see-through phone. And he's hacking away. And he's like, yeah, I'm borrowing your TVs. And then, bam. And then he has no care. They're like, did you just hack? He's like, yep.
No problem with that. Take it up with my lawyer. Oh, wait, I'm a millionaire.
Haha, I have like 50 lawyers.
When we first see the bird, I have Sarah likes bird. Sarah wants bird to like Shakespeare.
Yep. It would be really hard to teach a parrot how to do Shakespeare because you would only have to say Shakespeare to your bird for it to repeat back to you.
Midsummer's Night Dream.
Yeah, it would. So it would be really hard, but I want it to happen.
Shall I compare these to a summer's day? But thou art more beautiful and more temperate.
Yeah. So I'd have to have like Shakespeare movies in the background, Shakespeare audiobooks, me quoting Shakespeare to my bird. It would take a while, but it would happen.
And now there's going to be a movie in which someone has a bird and it quotes Shakespeare.
I would love that. Yeah. The next thing I have is clap on, clap off. Because he just walks in and he's like, boop, boop, time to get to work.
And then we see Dummy making a smoothie because, Dummy. Dummy, if you do not know, is the robot with the fire extinguisher in the first movie. It's great.
I have Dummy's in charge of smoothie since he can't do fire extinguisher. Still knocks over the blender.
I just have Dummy making smoothies.
And then Natasha shows up.
Pepper's in charge.
Pepper's in charge.
Pepper's in charge. She is the leading lady. And then, Natalie Rushman, a.k.a. Romanoff.
I have Natasha, you want to go? Because, like...
in the boxing ring?
Yeah, Stark's like, you know how to box, right? Give her a lesson so I can, like, box with her. And Natasha, the camera turns away, and I bet Natasha was like, you don't want to do this. And he's like, yeah? And then you see him get, like, whipped by her. He's like...
She takes him down. He's like, never take your eye off the opponent. And she turns around and just, like, flips him.
And she's like, you don't know what I do for a living.
Never take your eye off your opponent. When they're like, Tony goes to get in the race car.
Yeah.
I have Tony wants to go fast.
He's gotta go fast. I have, when he gets the suitcase, it was like, an Iron Man to go, please. That's what I thought. I was like, oh my goodness.
Potato bomb. So when Ivan Bird dude, he's in jail. Yeah. He gets a note that says enjoy the potatoes. Yeah. And then he looks at the bottom of the potatoes. It's a bomb.
I was like, potatoes are potatoes. But before that, they're on the plane. It's like, quote unquote, 3 hours to make an omelet.
Yes, it took Tony apparently 3 hours to make Pepper an omelet. Yeah. But potato bomb is more important than omelets.
Potatoes aren't potatoes. I was looking forward to my mashed potatoes, but now I can't because they're a bomb.
Yeah, that's tragic. See, I apologize for your potatoes being a bomb.
Yeah.
And at least you got out of that jail cell, though, you know?
Yeah, I can have all the potatoes I want now.
If you want potatoes, take some potatoes.
Yeah. I'm going to steal some potatoes on my way out.
Potatoes are very important, clearly. We once made a potato pie.
Yeah.
Potato pie.
Woo, woo.
Yeah. He wants his bird.
Yeah, after that, I have DJ music is not jazz dubstep equals not good enough.
We were talking about how it's going to be the 20s in like 2 years, and I said I bet there's going to be jazz dubstep, and Sarah is excited.
I want jazz dubstep. I'm prepared for that.
Your boyfriend is now going to make jazz dubstep for you.
Maybe.
If your boyfriend listens to this podcast, Matthew, I'm calling you out on this. For Valentine's Day, make her jazz dubstep, please. Or her birthday. You know, that's coming up sooner. Matthew, jazz dubstep, please. Not on my account, but for your girlfriend. I think she's looking up if it's a thing. Is it a thing? Jazz dubstep is in fact a thing.
Yep.
Let's not talk about that, please.
Jazz dubstep, guys!
If you look up jazz dubstep on YouTube, it is apparently a thing. But, you know, there's a scene where he's like, I can get you anything you want. I want my bird.
I want my bird. And so, they have the party, right?
Party, woot woot party.
And at it, he talks to,
Pepper?
Yeah, Rhodey talks to Pepper, and it's like, don't make me handle it. And my thought was, don't make me handle it. You won't like me when I'm angry. Just because we just watched Hulk, that's in my mind. If we waited like a week, that wouldn't have happened.
So the scene where somebody throws a melon and he like shoots the melon.
Mhm.
I wrote bye melon.
Bye melon. This is after the party. Do you have anything else?
No, I don't have anything during the party.
Stark doesn't repair because he's Stark. Like his house was completely wrecked and he hasn't repaired any of it. And Stark doesn't repair because he's Stark.
So, there's a moment when he's in the donut, eating donuts. I just have donut in the donuts. Donuts in the donut.
Donuts in the donuts.
Close your note. Sir, please vacate the donut.
So, Rhodey took the suit, right? And I was like, how does he charge the suit? You gotta charge it because the arc reactor in it. Like, So the way he charges it is
Wires.
Charging problem for Rhodey solved with ye old wires.
Bolts and nuts. That's how we get things done around here.
Yeah. Also, why did Stark recruit for S.H.I.E.L.D. if he doesn't want to join?
So, at the end of Hulk, he's like, hey, dude, we have this thing. It's called the Avengers Initiative. And then he's like, I don't want to be part of your stupid boy band.
Like, why did he recruit for them if he doesn't want to be in them?
Marvel, explain, please. We need some... You's got some splainings to do, Marvel.
Marvel!
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 Marvel, what are you doing?
Get your act together!
Oh my gosh!
Also, if you want to know Pepper's real name, it's Virginia, quote, like in quotes, her nickname, Pepper Potts Hogan. So Virginia Potts Hogan is her name.
What? Is she married to somebody?
No, like, Potts is like her middle name.
Oh.
Hogan is her last name.
Okay.
Pepper is her nickname. They
Good.
just call her Pepper Potts because, you know, that's what
But
Stanley does.
But everyone calls her Miss Potts.
I looked on Google and everything said that her last name was Hogan.
Okay, Marvel experts, please correct us, because all we do is have a podcast on the Marvel
I
universe.
only have Google as my reference here.
And Wikipedia.
Yeah, well, Wikipedia also said that.
Okay. But mainly you go to Wikipedia.
Yeah.
That is your main comfort in life.
Yep.
So I have Nat is a spy, because Nat is a spy. Surprise, surprise, we already knew that.
Yep.
That's not his bird.
That's not his bird.
He's like, this is not my bird. What the heck, guys? This isn't my bird. I'm gonna keep this bird because it's a bird and I like birds. But like, dudes, this ain't my bird.
And he's like, but I got you a bird. And he's like, but it's not my bird. He's like, aren't all birds the same? And he just looks at him.
Not all birds are the same. Excuse
This
you.
one doesn't quote Shakespeare.
Yes! And then I just have Phil with exclamation point. I ain't Phil like Super Nanny.
Yeah.
Phil, I have following. Phil, exclamation point. Phil like Super Nanny. Remember that part where he's just like, I will tase you and watch Super Nanny while you drool into the carpet. And then New Mexico, question mark, Thor.
And I have Thor takes place in the middle of this movie.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Or that's when, like, the hammer falls.
Yeah, well, Thor happened, like, he's in Asgard happening and he's having this fight with his father.
Yes.
And
Then the hammer falls.
And then he gets sent down here.
Yes.
So it's happening, it starts in the middle of this movie.
Yes. And then when he, like, does the thing and destroys half of his lab, and then says, that was easy.
That was easy.
Apparently that was easy.
Probably not.
Then they take Ivan Birdman's bird.
Yep.
Bye Bye Birdie is just, Bye Bye Birdie is what I have written.
Bye bye bye.
Bye 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 Birdie. So there's when, you know, everything's exploding, big machines go boom.
Yep.
When all of those drones were just like, I smash things. There's for a split second, you can see a Dr. Pepper vending machine. I have that in my notes. Dr. Pepper vending machine, yay.
Yay.
Oh, we forgot to talk about the moment. There's this moment where this little kid is wearing, like,
yes.
he's wearing an Iron Man mask.
And he's, like, trying to stop a droid with his hand out.
Because, you know, that's what Iron Man does. And then Iron Man comes by, and the drone's gonna kill him, because he's like, that's Iron Man, yes. Iron Man says, yes, kill. And then Iron Man comes up, stops him, kills the drone, and just like...
And him and the kid are doing the same position.
And it's like, good job, kid.
Yeah.
It's cute.
I have after the fight, so what are your things during the
fight? I have Nat does cool spy stuff.
Yep.
Because Nat does cool spy stuff. Nat saves the day. Because
yes.
Nat saves the day.
She resets Rhodey's armor.
Yes. Good job, Nat. We're all proud of you.
You go, girl!
Mommy loves you, Nat. Good job.
You keep up the good work now.
We'll be over here watching. You'll get a gold star when we're done. We're gonna go back to playing crochet now. Goodbye. Did I just say playing crochet? Do you think crochet is a game?
Do you think this is a game?
We go hardcore crochet. This ain't no
You mean
game.
like bridge?
I guess they could be playing bridge, or they could be crocheting things as a contest.
Yeah. I'm gonna crochet this scarf better than you.
Oh yeah? Well, I'm crocheting a dragon.
Well, now I have to crochet a bigger dragon.
Yeah? Well, then I'll crochet a basilisk.
I'll crochet a hydra.
I'll crochet a life-size figure of Stanley.
How dare you! I'm gonna crochet a refrigerator because I can.
That's not as impressive as my life-sized crocheted.
It'll be a functioning refrigerator.
Oh. Well, what if I crochet a life-size figure of Sebastian Stan? Is that impressive enough for you? Is my life-sized crocheted figure of Sebastian Stan enough for you? He played Bucky Barnes in all of the movies that Bucky Barnes was in.
I like how we're Natasha's mother's, but we're
Yes, because not Natasha's mothers are two assumingly gay women.
that can crochet, and like we're thinking that like she knows Bucky, and you're like, he's in a movie.
If anybody needs this,
Two young women playing two old women crocheting as a contest. Hit us up. Hey.
who are apparently Natasha's gay mothers.
Yes. We're really short, so
Yeah, we can play old crotchety women very well.
yeah. We're in a crochet contest.
Yes.
We started out with scarves.
I can be Peggy Carter. No, I can't be Peggy Carter.
You can be
I could be
a clone. Of
a
Peggy.
clone. I'm a clone of Peggy Carter, but as an old woman.
Yes.
Who also is Natasha's mother.
Yes. I'm just some old lady.
You're just. Wwho are you?
No, just a good
You're another clone of Peggy Carter.
Yeah.
We're
Two
both-
clones of Peggy.
Two clones of Peggy Carter who raised Natasha Romanoff.
She walks up to two old ladies of Peggy Carter. It's like, no! What did you crochet now? Is that Bucky? Is that a working refrigerator from yarn? A dragon?
And a hydra.
And a basilisk? You crocheted a scarf? I could use that.
I'll take this life-size figure of Bucky and
the scarf.
I'm sure Steve would cuddle with it.
Steve would be creeped out at first. He's like, this is really accurate for one. For two, your mom's made this. What are you're telling me they're Peggy Carter?
That's my ex-girlfriend. What the heck? Steve would be confused.
Steve would come up to us and be like, what? You're old.
You're old, but you look like my ex-girlfriend. And you're married?
And you're in a crocheting contest?
What the heck?
I don't understand any of this. You don't have to, sweetie. Here, take this basilisk.
Not the Hydra.
No, not the Hydra.
Wait,
The Hydra PTSD.
do you want the life-size version of Sebastian Stan?
We could make you another one.
We could get you two. You can cuddle with both of them. How does that? I'll make another one because she doesn't know how to crochet a Sebastian Stan. Now, do ya, Peggy?
No, I can only crochet Captain America. It has to be Steve Rogers in the suit.
Not him outside of the
No,
suit.
I can only do it in the suit.
Okay. Back on track. He was going to make her an omelet.
Yeah.
So they're bickering, and she's like, "You're dying? What the heck?" And he's like, "I'm not dying anymore." And she's like, "Why didn't you tell me? I was going to make you an omelet."
And tell you about it.
It took him 3 hours to make that omelet.
Yep. 3 hours. Now we know why. He had to write a speech, and then it got ruined by the eggs, and so he had to rewrite it, and then he was cooking the eggs, and he accidentally burned the speech, so he had to rewrite it, and then he had to remake the entire omelet because he was too busy paying attention to the speech to realize he was cooking an omelet. Because he doesn't have Jarvis.
On a plane, he does not. On his party plane.
On his, what is it? A rave party plane. He doesn't have Jarvis.
Which was very sad.
Also, I have Natasha's definition of a few needs to be worked on.
Okay, there's this point where the hammer dude,
Yes.
he's like showing them all these weapons that he has.
Yes.
And one of them's called the ex-wife. And when Rhodey goes to use the ex-wife, it does absolutely no.
It hits him and
Fizzles out, drops into the river, and is never seen again.
Yep.
And so I have, the ex-wife is useless. As most people feel about their ex-wives, they're useless. Do you have anything?
Natasha's definition of a few needs to be worked on because they're surrounded by at least 20,
21. I counted.
21 droids.
I did not count. That is a joke.
21 droids, at least. And before this, she's like, there's a few droids on the way. And they're like, okay. And they start bickering, coming up with a plan. And they drop from the sky. And my first thought was like, Natasha, this is more than a few. A few's 3 to 4.
Did we not teach you how to count?
Did your mothers not teach you how to count? Natasha.
The next thing I have is when they're on the roof.
Yeah.
And, they kiss, and it's all romantic. And then Rhodey's just like, dude, you.
Ew.
I have Rhodey kills the moment.
Yeah. After that, I have the hammer. It lives!
Oh, I have, end credits. They are worthy.
They are what?
But they're not worthy.
They're not. They can't.
Any closing statements, Sarah?
Iron Man 2. The music kinda is good in this music. There, I said it. Twice now.
And now we shall quote Sarah. Musicana is good in this music.
If you don't know, I say musicana for music.
Yes, she says musicana instead of music, and she also apparently doesn't know what a movie is or the difference between a movie and music. It's very interesting. That was a very long music video, wasn't that, Sarah?
It was so long. It was about what?
Almost 2 hours?
Almost 2 hours. The first one was 2 hours and 6
Yeah, this one was almost 2 hours. And then, I was going to say something, but I forgot what I was saying, so I'll just shut up now. I need to burp.
I'm judging you.
You're judging me for
Yes.
burping?
Yes.
Excuse me.
So you've reached the end of the podcast.
Yeah, Sarah, where can the people find you?
They can find me on YouTube as The Sarah Way.
Really? That's cool.
You can also find me on the Instagram if you go to my YouTube.
Click that button.
Yeah.
Cool. You can also, interestingly enough, find me on YouTube.
Oh my god, what?
Yeah, I'm called Liz is Actually Magic.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then you can also find this podcast at Instagram. We have an Instagram account. It's called the MCU Review.
Oh!
Sarah just called it great. I don't think she's seen the Instagram account. It has about 2 photos on it right now.
We could take pictures of our notes.
Sarah wants there to be Instagram pictures of our notes.
So, people can see what we... When was this movie made?
I can look it up really quickly.
Okay.
Looking on my phone.
Because I have the other things in the corner, but I don't have it in this one.
Okay. I'm trying to get the stuff out of my teeth. 2010. It came out May 7th, 2010. And Thor, interestingly enough, apparently came out on May 6th, 2011. So they had to wait a whole year for that.
May
6th.
2011.
Yep.
It's just called Thor?
Thor. 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 So yeah, this is the end of the podcast. Goodbye.
Bye-bye!